We have everything dysmorphia. Literally. Everything.
When I'm watching it back and I see how long my hair is, I'm like, oh my god, my hair is so long. But when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I have a bob.
I don't understand that.
It's like how you used to say your hair was black. Like you still say it's black right now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what this means? If there's sunglasses. Welcome to We Went Crazy.
Welcome to We Went Crazy.
Hangover edition.
And you know what time it is. I don't want to shoot it at the camera.
No.
Why?
Because what if we hit it or we hit the light and then we ruin things that we can't afford to buy more of?
That's true.
Yep. You're welcome.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't warn me.
I didn't know what was happening.
Oh.
It's a struggle. You want to know a trick I learned? If you do this and then stick your finger in there.
I know, you told me that way back in the day.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, because when we used to drink beer.
Shout out to Bud Light.
Back in the day, Bud Light with a lime. Whenever I first met Felicia, the week after we met, she was like, I'm going to the doctor because I think I have a thyroid problem. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. I didn't even know what a thyroid problem was. I was like, so how did your doctor's appointment go? And you were like, yep, no thyroid problem, just fat. Which actually segues perfectly.
Oh, yeah, because I was always
episode.
Tired and I was gaining weight.
Because we were literally drinking Fireball and Bud Light.
And eating Taco Bell. Are we? Yeah, okay, good.
I'm just paranoid it's not recording, but I said it was recording when I
You
walked
said
away.
it was recording. Wait, now I'm paranoid.
I know. Because we're so paranoid, we're never going to film a whole episode and not have, knock on wood, and not have footage.
Very unfortunate foreshadowing of an endless series of technical difficulties that were to come.
Los Monteros.
Oh, is it the same one?
Yeah, just not pink.
Los
but
Monteros again.
Sponsor us.
Smile.
We love you. You're the only thing getting us through right now.
Just the string was annoying me.
Oh, that was my fat rolls. We'll get into that next.
Yeah, stay tuned for body dysmorphia.
What is it? Pull it out.
No.
Is it one of the ones that I shaved off?
Felicia started shaving her baby hairs.
The hairline. I saw the Kardashians did it, and so I literally shaved my hairline. Don't do it.
For years, especially last year.
Oh, we'll insert pictures.
She got Rogaine. Literally, I could do also Rogaine if you want to sponsor Felicia.
Oh,
I could do a step-by-step progression because she looked like she was literally like fucking kidnapped. And it was just a picture of her face like this. And then just like the baby hairs like growing and growing and
straight
growing
up.
and growing.
They would stick straight up. That's why I couldn't keep growing them. But then eventually I finally accepted you gotta just deal with it and glue them down or something.
Felicia makes a lot of very aggressive, impulsive decisions. We mentioned in the first episode the not latexing, what is it called?
Laminating
her eyebrows.
That's why I sent you that one reel of that girl who had gems on her teeth. And I was like, thank God that I didn't grow up thinking that was cool because I literally would take super glue.
In 2012, you would have fucking done that. Yeah. You would have been like, guess what I did? And I would have shown up to your apartment. You would have had fucking jewels on your teeth. You'd be like, it's trendy. Guarantee you.
Thank God I did not.
And then she'll just be like, got a little crazy with the scissors. What was the last thing you cut? You've never cut bangs, thank God.
No, I did during COVID when we weren't talking. I cut bangs.
But you cut.
Tried to give myself layers.
Yeah, and then you tried to box dye. There's been a lot of box dye.
Yeah. Anyone who has OCD or any form of like hyperfixation can understand. In the moment, I have to do it.
There's
no, it's not boredom. It's
but it also is if you have too much time on your hands and you're hyperfixating on something. Like your eyebrows, you had too much time on your hand and you had been hyperfixating. And then she goes,
but then I just do it in the moment. I don't give myself time to think about it rationally. And I just do it.
She sends me a picture that I'll insert. I knew it was too far.
I'm impulsive.
And I was like, Felicia, I need you to stop. Because she also has the most perfect eyebrows of anyone.
Not anymore. Don't laminate your own eyebrows.
Once they grow back.
If anyone wants
But she sent me a picture that so obviously she had cut them. And she's like, I didn't trim them. What are you talking about? You literally cut off your eyebrows.
I was ashamed.
And then
you told me not to.
Yeah, because I'm always right.
Mm-hmm.
mean, really.
You always know when
I just always know whenever you're going to go off fucking deep end. And I was like, she's going to be so mad about this. And there's no going back because she already trimmed them. And so then you go, because she's trying to justify at this point. Oh, I can't wait to insert the text thread. And you go, I'm so tired of filling them in for work every morning, and I won't have to fill them in now. And I said, there is no world that you are not going to fill in your eyebrows. And what are you talking about?
I had kind of secretly filled them in before I took them.
I know.
It's impulsive.
And then a week later, it took that long for her to say, you're right.
I'm impulsive.
I shouldn't have done it.
I think about something, and if I have to do it.
I know, but that's why there's no stopping you. But I can do my best. I can try my very hardest. She won't listen to me, but she'll never do it again.
Well,
you won't laminate them again.
No, I won't. But I bought a box of eyebrow dye, and it came in. What day was Friday?
I mean, I told you I want to dye my eyebrows because I have gray hairs in them, but that's different than laminating them. I know,
that was a mess.
At home.
I know.
And chopping them off.
I know. You also had red hair at one point. That was impulsive.
Because you left me. You've got to put your corpse foot away. I cannot keep looking at it. It's so distracting.
Okay, well, it's really hot in here, so I don't want to go.
I can't look at it. It's like kind of creeping me out.
They creep. How do you think I feel? I have to look at them every day. These are my feet.
Put tanner on them.
Why?
No. Stop stretching them out like that.
I remember in high school, we got to tour the junior college and go to the physical therapy.
Is this tied back to your feet?
Yes. We got to go to the physical therapy portion, and there were cadaver feet in jars, like feet in jars. And people were like, my friends.
They said those.
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
Look up cadaver feet, and that is what, except her toenails are red, but it's like red.
There's nothing I can do about it.
I know.
And they're cold all the time. It's
because you got every single good genetic from your knees up, ankles up, because you have good calf muscles.
No, but I got big old veins and my body dysmorphia. Perfect segue.
So on that note,
cheers.
Let's talk about body dysmorphia. Also, trigger warning, if you are currently in recovery for disordered eating or body dysmorphia or anything like that, we love you very much. And you should go watch a different episode that does not involve this. But also, don't leave us. You just come back next week. Just don't watch this if it's going to trigger you.
Yeah. There are stories I've never told you.
I have a lot of stories too.
Oh my God.
We've never even.
This is real. We've never talked about it.
We've talked about it in like joking ways, but we've never talked about it in the actually unpacking our eating disorders. This is going to be an interesting time. We'll start with what's been really. I think we're doing better than what I expected, to be honest, of seeing ourselves on. Don't start climbing upwards. My ass is sinking. There's not a lot of space above your head. I know, so you can't keep moving up because the framing isn't going to work.
Ass cheek in the thing.
Make sure your mic is.
Welcome back to Live Crazy. What? Now my veins are creeping you out?
But you're not gonna your arm looks pale, so I was just gonna pull that down a little bit.
It's really hot.
Pull your sleeve up, but you don't want to put your arm up like this because then I'm gonna have to listen to you be like, look how pale my arm is.
At this point, I don't fucking care how pale my arm is. But you're fine.
Right?
No, you're fine.
It says I'm a lesbian.
No, that's this one.
Oh.
It doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that, but that's what we used to tell people when they hit on her. Okay, so anyway, we've been doing better than we thought we would, dealing with just a lot of seeing ourselves. That's not a normal thing to consume, of watching yourself. It's one thing to take pictures or take videos and have control over it and post it in little snippets or little, aesthetically or whatever. But to put ourselves out into the world in really our rawest form. Obviously, we add a little bit of a filter on.
Remember that one with my teeth? They're
yeah, I was learning. I didn't. But
remember before we even started filming, because we were so critical of pictures that we had been taking.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to both of us, that when we film, we can't pick ourselves apart.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this for a purpose and
it's not about us. I have always struggled with my skin. I was on Accutane. I did all the things. If anybody with a laser treatment wants to sponsor my face, you know, someday I hope that I can get scar treatment or whatever, but having to like work through seeing that insecurity when I posted pictures or whatever, I always Facetune that out because it's something that makes me so insecure. I can't hide it here. It doesn't matter about lights. It doesn't matter about a filter. That is just part of who I am. And then I'm so self-conscious about my neck and my chin.
We even filmed a whole episode where
the mic is up too high. I'm still like trying to work on like not having to like hide behind the mic or hide behind my hair, because I want to like show up and be here. I know there's other people that have struggled with their skin. I know there's other people that are self-conscious about their neck. I know that. But having to like work through that and then spending so much time editing and literally just fucking staring at my neck gobble. She hates when I call it a gobble.
But because I don't see it. You don't have a gobble.
But I do have a gobble.
But I get where your brain is. I have a gobble. I get where your brain is.
Yeah.
So I understand it. That's where the illness is.
Yeah.
The body dysmorphia illness lives inside of us.
Yeah. Those two things. And then also just like constantly feeling like I look fat. 2018, we were like so fit, so strong. I was like the same weight, but just strong.
Right.
And I thought I was obese. I know I'm not fat by the scale.
Like
I know
the
I'm
rational part of your brain knows you're not fat.
Yeah, like I can look in the mirror and I can see my collarbones and I can see my ribs and I'm like, you're not fat. But whenever I look at myself, even wearing this today,
we had to unpack that.
Yeah, like I was about to change and you're like, this is actually a perfect moment for us to unpack this because you said, I want us to be able to wear baggier stuff and not worry about it. Just working through that and having to like see myself and in my rational mind know that like I'm not fat. But feel like I look so fat and feel that everyone else is going to think that I'm fat. Mix that with gobble and skin. I mean, that's why I went into TikTok and added all of the words that I felt like could be bullying, because I was like, what I can't handle is if somebody goes in the comments and is like fat, scar face.
And remember, I even said
gobble neck.
I thought that people were going to be bullies about the way we look.
There really wasn't.
There haven't been. There was one that said we're too old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bitch, I could date you or your dad.
Yeah. So those are like my biggest three. What were putting your like biggest things that you've been self-conscious about and watching yourself back?
I think for me, honestly, I haven't even had time to think about how ugly I feel sometimes.
We had our first real technical difficulty. I'm irritated, but it's fine because we're just gonna.
I think we just thought that
re-talk about it.
Apple, we have a conversation to have about storage.
The phone wasn't recording for a good 30 minutes, so that's fine. We're just gonna
unpack
it later. Get over here and lay down.
Especially too because it's the first time that we're talking about it in person.
Yeah,
so
I've never talked about it.
Maybe unpacking it again is what needed to happen. You know? Body dysmorphia.
I'm getting nervous what it's gonna be.
Wait, how are you gonna like funnel it in there without the ice? Remember when I literally poured wine on your floor last night? I'm so sorry.
All over.
I know. I missed the whole. I know.
Drunk Felicia was in the house.
And I was so high. I was on Mars.
And you also were in an emotional state. She looked me directly in the She looked me directly in the eye with a bottle of wine like this. Also, shout out Velvet Devil. She literally looked me in the eye, smiled, and she went like this when the cup was right here.
Oh man, that
Did
THC will really get you.
Did my blanket go
THC
in the
and trauma?
dryer?
I didn't put anything in the dryer.
Okay, never mind.
Dixie, lay down. I love that she didn't even pick up her sloth.
I threw the sloth back outside because it's
what
dirty.
Is that? Oh, that's
her hedgehog.
Where we left off. I didn't really have time to process how I looked on film, but then you pointed out,
that
you're like, actually, I was saying things.
Yeah, because you've been in so many other spirals, you just haven't been able to acknowledge
The brain
other
is a
things.
wild thing. Like my brain.
You compartmentalize into a million different directions.
Yeah.
But you're like, I know I'm not fat, but I feel like I look fat, especially in the t-shirt episode.
Yep.
And then I look like I have a lazy eye.
Yep.
I look so old.
Did it record the part where we were talking about Texas and how I'd lost all that weight and I thought it was...
And here begins Andrea's internal mental breakdown about how much footage is lost.
Did that record? That was before, right? Because I feel like that's important too. When we suddenly realize why we lost so much weight was because it was the only thing we can control.
I hope that's in there. Should I look?
Maybe. But I think it was, though. I sure as shit hope so.
In this moment, they realize literally nothing recorded.
We're here on the couch. We're going to talk about it again.
To make matters worse, they have no idea that they will lose all of the audio for the remainder of the episode. Please excuse the shitty sound quality.
Is it recording?
I mean, I'm going to leave in that we had to re-record it because it's...
Right. Well, and that was a big realization that we had in real time. The moment that I think we both realized this goes so much deeper than just feeling fat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we had our camera roll got full.
I'm so mad.
It's okay. It's okay. This kind of shit's gonna happen. It's okay.
I don't know. I'm having a really hard time repeating all of it because it feels inauthentic, and I'm getting in my head about it.
Don't get in your head.
I know,
it's
but
not,
I don't know how to re-talk about it.
And you know my memory.
Just
pretend, like literally, I have the memory of a goldfish. I literally don't even remember what you said. So just, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Can I have a little red wine? Velvet Devil, if we didn't shout you out before. Wait, did we? Who knows? We've been filming for 24 hours. What do you expect? Deep breath. We've talked about body dysmorphia, but we made it into a joke. Everything that we're talking about is in real time breakthroughs that we're having about body dysmorphia and eating disorders and things that we have never talked about outside of a joking way. Text messages from back in the day. If you feel the ground shaking.
It's Mama June.
Yeah.
We used to send literally Mama June memes.
Yep.
Back and forth and be like face twin.
Right.
Body twin. I'm just really fucking frustrated because that whole thing was so good.
And it's going to be good.
I can't reenact it. I can't. That's not authentic.
Then do you want me to tell my story about eating disorders? And then maybe at that point you'll feel in a place that you can. And if not, then we have so much footage. This can be an episode down the road.
That whole breakthrough about how it was something we could control. We can't reenact that moment.
Andrea.
But we have to talk about that
and
part.
We will get there. We will get there. I promise. This is a lover's quarrel.
It's not. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the fucking phone.
No, you're not mad at me. Okay, you gotta trust me. Trust me. Trust me. First of all, we have never talked about in-depth eating disorders. I've seen your picture that you sent me when we posted on Instagram. I've never seen you that you were skin and bones, literally. Another breakthrough. When you had told me you had an eating disorder, to me, even seeing that picture, I was like, okay, like that's normal. We've all had eating disorders. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like literally everybody did then.
Because of the culture that we were raised with. Paris Hilton, Nicole Richie, Mary-Kate and Ashley. Again, this is before social media. It was like pre-MySpace days. We were cutting out pictures of these girls where you could see their bones, putting them in our lockers as Thinspo. I found that journal the other day that I wasn't even looking for. A journal from 2017 where I was tracking every calorie and...
in like a graph form.
Literally, and that's the most organized I've ever been.
I know, I was very impressed by that.
Right? We've categorized that part of our trauma as it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
When it really is a fucking big deal because we still fucking struggle with it.
Yeah.
The fact that even before we started filming, the sweatshirt that you were wearing.
Yeah, I just looked at it and I hate it. I feel like I look like a fucking cow.
Right. And like,
that's just,
and you don't.
It's just going to be how it is for this episode.
But like, it's
perfect timing.
And I can feel you right now. I can feel that like you're in that
I'm just,
eating disorder phase.
No, I'm not. Like whatever about that. I'm just so irritated about the recording. I can't not be irritated about the recording because now it doesn't feel authentic.
You just talked about things that we've never talked about. Just because we have to say it twice doesn't make it inauthentic.
I know, but it feels like performance to me in my head. Like when I have to say it again or retell the story again, it doesn't feel the same.
Do you think it's because like it's surrounding this topic?
No, it's just I would feel like this regardless. The rawness of the real time breakthroughs and stuff.
I get it.
So I feel like maybe if we stop trying to like repeat the conversation.
That was a big fucking breakthrough for me. It was realizing how thin I was in those situations with my ex-husband, with my ex-boyfriend. I wasn't trying to get skinny.
Right.
I realized like, holy shit, I was thin because that was the only thing I could control in those moments. Even now, looking back at it, I was working out all the time. I needed an outlet for my brain to focus on so that it could stop focusing on everything else that was happening.
I wonder if I still, or you might even still have in your phone, the pictures that you sent when you were in Texas.
I have them because I felt like I look back at them sometimes because I felt
that you really looked skinny.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sad.
I know.
Because those pictures made me so scared that you were going to literally starve yourself to death.
I know.
And you kept them for your own Thinspo. But you've never even acknowledged, until we've been talking about this today, you've never acknowledged to me or to yourself, I think, how bad your eating disorder was in those situations.
I never acknowledged it because when I think about my eating disorder, I think about the times that like I would literally drive around with a Ziploc bag in my car so I could puke into it. Like when I think about my eating disorder, it was like the MySpace pages that I was looking for like ways to vomit and ways to purge everything that I had eaten. So like when I was skinny, I wasn't doing it on purpose. When you get what I'm saying? But that's what's scary about an eating disorder.
Well, was it because you weren't puking, or were you puking?
I wasn't puking, no.
But you were just starving yourself.
So. But not on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. It was.
But controlling it is on purpose. It's just.
Right. See, and even just that.
It was on purpose.
It was.
But that's how sick.
Right.
How deep into it you were that you can even tell yourself it wasn't on purpose, but it was on purpose.
Right.
It was a conscious decision that you made every day to only consume X amount of calories and to have to walk X amount of steps and to have to weigh yourself and to look in the mirror and say, can I still see the same amount of bones?
Right. Or just because I wasn't puking doesn't But
but growing up, if your eating disorder started as bulimia and mine started as anorexia, so it's a different experience because yours was binge and purge.
Because binging and purging, it was. I remember in those moments that I felt so out of control that I was like, I couldn't stop eating.
Yeah.
And then to take back my control was to throw it up. And I told you, remember that girl called me out at a concert I went to? These were the MySpace days, and I had found some platform on MySpace. We went to a Kill Hannah. Shout out Kill Hannah. I love you, Matt Devine.
Oh my God,
I love Kill Hannah. I've been to all their concerts.
I don't even know what that is.
It's Screamo. Anyway, and I made out with him.
Oh, good job.
Multiple times. But I was at a Kill Hannah concert and she came up to me and she called me out for it. And looking back on that moment, part of me felt like shame, but also like, oh my God, this girl is calling me out for being too skinny. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
those moments made me so happy.
right?
When
Which is
people
so
when
fucked
people
up.
were like, "You look sick," I would be like, "Really?"
Right.
And if people said, "Oh, you look much healthier,"
Yeah.
that was a huge trigger,
Yeah.
and I would immediately go, "That means I'm fat."
Yep. Yeah.
And I would go right back. I got to the point where I like would give myself like the window of weight had kind of like moved a little bit. I liked how I looked and I could maintain a weight. So if I was within that like 5 pound window, then I
Right.
would be okay with it. But if I was at the top of that 5 pound window and somebody said, "You look so much healthier than you did," then I would be like, "Nope." And then
Yeah.
I'd restrict,
Yep. Isn't
work
that
out.
wild?
And then I would try to lose an additional 5 pounds so that I wouldn't go back up to the top of that 5. Because I was like, if I look healthy at that 5, then I need to go back down because I don't want to look healthy. I want to look skinny.
Isn't that fucked? That's fucked.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucked. And the fact that they were saying that, they probably were saying that from like a genuine, thank God you're okay way.
Yeah.
And we took that as, I'm fucking fat.
The MySpace pages existed, but then there's also like the websites.
Mm-hmm.
And the website, one of the ones that I was on, I'm still friends with this girl. On I think I have her on Instagram. Tell her name's Amy, and she was from Pennsylvania. And I think I was like a sophomore whenever we connected through that website, but I don't even know how I found it. I truly have no idea. It's like kind of like the MySpaces, but the whole website was literally like you got on to basically report how you had done that day. It's like a huge message board, and people would be like, "I only ate 300 calories. I burned 2,000. I'm weighing in at blah blah blah," and then all the comments be like, "Good job, you did great."
Yep.
And Amy and I connected, and we were calling each other on our house phones. I remember my mom being like, "Why is somebody from Pennsylvania calling you?" And I was like, "Oh, she's just my friend. We just connected." I think I lied and said like she was going to film school too or something, or like wanted to be in film or something. And we would literally call each other. And it's so fucking weird. I would love to talk to her today and see what she remembers because I don't remember a whole lot of it, but we talked all the time. Every night we would check in.
Yeah.
And it would be, how are your calories?
And it felt like
how is your weight? And then like we became friends through it. I knew about her and her life as if we've never met in person.
Mm-hmm.
Two complete strangers.
Yep.
I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, Illinois. She's in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. And we're calling each other in high school to report of how well we did starving ourselves to death. That was when I was my skinniest whenever I had Amy too. That picture of me at prom, that was me and Amy she was, I remember because I was so jealous of her because she was bigger boned than me. Like I think she was like probably like 5'10". And so taller people, when they're skinny, they look skinnier. We can look skinny, but just being smaller people, I feel like tall people that are bigger boned, like when they lose weight, you can see their collarbones more than you're going to be able to see my collarbones because that's just like how they're built. And I remember like her arms and shoulders and her neck. Like I've never, as skinny as I've ever been, I've never been able to like see my like breast bones.
Right, yeah. And remember, we idolized that.
That's what you could see Mary Kate's.
Yeah.
That's why all I wanted was to be able to see my breastbones.
Kristen, like I remember.
Because you could see her.
Yeah. And she was active in an eating disorder.
That's why you kept your Thinspo Texas pictures, because you can see your bones in that. Yep. That's why.
Yeah, I literally, yes, I can pull up my Instagram photo from the day after my wedding. I don't want to look at wedding photos except for the fact that I felt fucking skinny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's fucking sad.
Do you remember like the moment that you started?
I think it was
binging and purging.
There were multiple things. So, I remember I was in junior high And looking back on it now, this boy was just trying to flirt with me, but he threw an eraser at me and he's like, there goes rubber bouncer. And I remember thinking, like, he's calling me rubber bouncer because I'm fat and erasers are just bouncing off of me. I remember that. And his name was Bryce, and I don't remember names. Like, the fact that I even remember that. So, growing up after I was adopted, my sister was naturally thin.
And tall.
There are things coming back to my mind that I haven't thought about. I remember because Kristen and I would text back and forth, or not text because we didn't have phones that could text back then, right? No, we didn't.
Not until like I mean, it would have been like granted, you had like more money than me in your once you were adopted, so you might have had a phone. And also, she lived in California, so that's I cannot imagine an additional layer of vanity that is attached to where you live.
Yeah, and just like standards to keep up with. But I remember
there's no standards in Central Illinois.
Asked me, or maybe we were together. I don't remember, but we were Googling how many calories are in sperm.
Because how many calories are in sperm?
I think 3.
Really?
Yeah. Like the fact that we were Googling that because we were like, oh my God, I just gave a blowjob and I consumed like, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up.
I mean, it makes sense though.
Did we add that to our daily? God, that's wild. And it's talking about this now, I didn't want to make it a big deal because, again, unless I was vomiting or unless I was starving to death, it didn't feel like a big deal. But the reality is, it was always about the fact that that was the one thing I could control.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, like, I mean, I eat and you know this, like, there are times where I'm not hungry because of stress or medications or whatever. I weigh less now than I ever have. And I still feel it's such like a brain split. There's a part of my brain that's like, oh my God, do I have cancer? Because I am skinnier than I've ever been without intentionally trying to. And then there's another part of my brain that's like, I look fat or I feel fat or like it's like, and that's where it's trying to bridge that gap of recognizing that we genuinely have struggled with that for a long time. And it wasn't for me, it wasn't until I was adopted because I was looking up to my sister who was tall and thin. There was a moment where we were at home. My mom had gotten a new like fryer or something and she was making donuts. And I was eating the donuts and Courtney only had one, which probably could be a whole nother story because Courtney felt like she had to be thin.
Right.
In that moment, I didn't. I was like, give me the donuts. And our family friend said something, and I wish I could remember. It was a comment about how many donuts I was eating. And it was shortly after that I was full blown, like, puking in a Ziploc bag in my car.
It's wild how the things that set us off into it. That person didn't probably think twice about it. Oh, like if it was like, oh, Felicia, another donut for you.
But we took it to such a deep place.
And that then changed, like that made such an impact that then it pushed you. Granted, I think that we both in our childhoods were so out of control of everything else. I think that eventually we would have ended up, regardless of anybody or anything that was said or anything that happened, I think we would have ended up with an eating disorder somehow. Because with the time we grew up in, where it was literally glamorized to be skin and bones.
Yeah.
And
everyone had a Thinspo folder. Like we would post it on our fridge.
Like the main image that is in my mind that will never leave my mind is the Mary Kate Olsen picture. Her and Ashley at a premiere, And I remember I cut Ashley out of it. Mary Kate was always my favorite anyway. We both idolized them.
Yeah.
Like literally idolized them. Yeah. And I will never forget in the heat of my eating disorder, seeing that picture of her in that purple dress with her back out.
And she was wearing like,
she was like this, and you could see her bones. You could see all of the bones in her back. Yep. And then the pictures from other angles, you could see all of her bones in her chest. And this is before she had said she had an eating disorder. I don't know if she I think she did go to rehab, because I think that's whenever there was like the first picture of her smoking cigarettes. And I was like, oh.
I think she did, yeah. But they still glamorized it. It was still a glamorous lifestyle. It wasn't like, this is addiction.
But at the time, so it was like tabloids were posting and being like, Mary Kate, anorexic or whatever. But to me, in my mind, I was like, she's doing so good.
Yeah.
And I want to do as good as Mary Kate.
Yeah.
And like literally cut Ashley out of the picture, put that in my Thinspo, which makes me so mad of all the stupid fucking shit that my mom brought that's in my garage. I know she still has all of my notebooks because she's made fun of me for them before.
I'll drive up there and get it.
She probably doesn't even know where it is because her house is a fucking hoarding shit show mess.
I'll search for it.
Anyway, at least she's a hoarder and they'll be there at some point. I had multiple magazines, and it was, but I didn't want anybody to know what it was. And my mom was nosy as fuck and never respected any kind of boundaries, because why would she? And so I remember putting it in a notebook that just looked like something else. Oh, I remember. It was like that notebook that you had that was the black, because you could use the gel pen. Yeah. Then it would be a picture of Mary Kate. And then, but I would cut out other really skinny people. Like anybody skinny I could find in any magazine. Nicole Richie, yep. She was in there. A picture of Jessica Simpson. Yeah. She was so fat that now... It's so funny, too, because now the way that Jessica Simpson is 5'3", and in this picture, she weighed 125 pounds.
Yeah.
And we all collectively agreed with the tabloids that she was so fat. But she was in there as, if you eat, this is what you become. Because I had like the half that was the Thinspo and the half that was the, you don't want to be this.
I feel like where we are now, there are moments where it's like, control, but I feel like we just genuinely are so fucking, we're going 800 different directions. Yeah. I'm genuinely not hungry. If I were to deny my sense of hunger and say I'm not eating, I feel like I could be wrong, and maybe we're unpacking something right now, but like I was always hungry and I would choose not to eat, and now I'm just not hungry.
I remember thinking in the heat of it, whenever I would get like legitimate hunger pains, cannot get comfortable.
My mom had a sign in her kitchen that said, "Feeling thin is better than it tastes." Something like that.
It was a sign.
I literally can still remember what Jessica Simpson looked like in that photo.
Well, and the Mary Kate one's like burned in my brain.
Yeah.
The amount of times I looked at that.
And the Nicole Richie one is burned in my brain.
In my very, very thinnest, I would like do that pose of Mary Kate, and I couldn't see as many bones, and I would be like, not good enough.
Right. Like, where does that come from, I wonder? In retrospect, it was, we needed to have control over something.
Mm.
So I wonder if it was like a perfect storm of like chaotic childhoods. We need something to control, mixed with the media that we're seeing.
Oh,
and
for
the
sure.
People that are being idolized. It really kind of was like the perfect fucking storm.
I would love to see research. I want to see data on millennials that had an eating disorder.
Right. I feel like it would be drastically different.
I feel like
you think about it, like the whole body positive.
Different. But what's also interesting, I'm just realizing this is whoa. they're also getting Botox
exactly
and fillers so young.
And think about it.
And so that's their epidemic. Our epidemic was
but we're living through it both because we still feel that way. We still feel like we have to get Botox.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm saying, like, imagine what we feel about our faces starting at 16.
I know. I've always said I cannot imagine raising a daughter in the culture that we have now, where the standards are so high that you don't even fucking know what's real.
I also need y'all to hold us accountable, because if there ever comes a day, we hope that there comes a day when this can be our full-time job. But she doesn't ever watch podcasts. This is the first podcast she's ever watched in her life. But I watch a lot, and I have seen people take off and then they change everything about them. Like, they have their boobs done, they get their eyes done, they get their face done, to the point where it's like, you were so pretty before and you lost it. If there's ever a moment in time that we can afford to do whatever we want to ourselves, it's going to be a real practice of awareness to not overdo it. Because if we had endless funds, I have a fucking laundry list of things that I would want to do. I never want to be so overtaken by the things that I hate about myself or dislike about myself, or the dysmorphia that I have, that I change my body to where I don't even recognize myself.
And I have that battle. I will have women come to me at work and they're like in their 60s or 70s or whatever, and they're picking themselves apart. And I like am almost in tears every time, because I'm like, when can us as women just embrace aging gracefully? I have women in their 60s and 70s complaining about their wrinkles. You have earned every single one of those smile lines, and I pray to God that I will be lucky enough to get to that point. Like, it's the reality that we live in with the culture that we live in. That's not how it should be.
And I feel like, at least when we were growing up, I never remember like watching movies or watching shows and thinking about like how old somebody looked. The only thing that I was paying attention to was how skinny everyone was. I even remember certain actresses that they were so skinny and I thought they were like fat. Who did I think? Oh, like Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls.
Yeah.
I remember thinking like, wow, good for her to be able to like pull off that body size.
Isn't that wild?
And she's literally has a fucking flat stomach and she's skinny. Like, I watch it now and I'm like, she's fucking skinny.
Yeah.
But she also, imagine then her, that's why she was so fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Because all Hillary Duff, everybody always called her fat.
Yep.
Even we talked about earlier, probably didn't record, your mom compared your body to Hayden Panettiere, and
she probably meant it as like a good thing, because Hayden was like built and muscly, and I was like, fuck, no. But even looking at it now, it's like, I would fucking love to be compared to Hayden Panettiere. Like,
I know.
She had muscles and she was strong, and like, our version of pretty or good enough was Mary Kate in 2000, what, 2006?
Whoever was the skinniest, yeah.
It just, and that's followed us. It's literally haunted us ever since then.
I feel like I need to try to tell my story again.
Yeah.
Gotta be authentic. Give me some more. I need a refill.
I can't wait for your mom to pop into the Facebook comment. Also, should we...
Everybody pray for me. I'm not a bad mother.
Do we need to make a Facebook? Is that a thing? Like,
no, fuck that shit. No. I hate Facebook. But I'm gonna make sure it's filming, because I swear to God, I swear, if I were to tell it again, then I would literally actually lose my mind.
Coming next week.
My mom knew I had an eating disorder, and she used it as a joke. She used it to weaponize things. She used it to make fun of me.
Can you ever imagine saying that to your daughter?
And she would tell me, you got that from your dad, who doesn't want you, by the way. The depths of the abuse of my mother.
Like, it's not okay.
I can't imagine having a daughter and watching what she watched and making fun of her I needed medical intervention. I was wasting away to nothing. My grandma obviously didn't know how to handle it. The only thing that she could do was try to figure out how to get me to eat. My mom just wanted to make me sicker.